huge round of applause for your hosts this evening, John and Sheila Williams.
Welcome to the Natural History Museum and to the 10th anniversary of a very special company. But just before everyone arrived, I was standing outside trying to take it all in. And I said to Sheila, who was standing next to me in her Maritime livery,
Thank you.
I said, did you ever imagine in your wildest dreams that I would be holding our 10th anniversary here and in front of so many colleagues, friends and family? And she said to me, darling, in all honesty, it's been a very long time since you appeared in any of my wildest dreams.
Not true.
This evening is a celebration of our last 10 years. When we took those first tentative steps as an independent, privately owned company to emerge as the most successful container transport company in the UK. It's also about the next 10 years and our progress as a force in container transport, distribution, warehousing, rail ports, container depots, truck sales, and rail. Yes, I think those rail companies have had their own way far too long.
John, he's...
Pardon?
Phil's here.
Phil Justice?
Yeah.
From Freightliner?
Yeah.
Scrub that. Phil, you're very welcome. Tell Adam Cunliffe and Peter Maybury that you're very good friends of ours. Alan, can you remember to recharge drinks, meals on Monday? We've been successful because we are a team, a pack if you like. And to put what I mean in the context of the natural world, as befits the venue this evening, I want you to picture a scene in Africa where there's this gazelle and it's grazing gracefully on the grasslands in Africa. And out of the corner of its eye, it sees a lion stalking it in the long grass. And the gazelle says to itself, I'm going to let that lion get to that boulder, then I'm just going to pack up and get going. Because the gazelle knows that it has the speed over that distance to outrun the lion. But if that same gazelle saw a pack of wild African dogs on the horizon, perched on top of a hill, firstly, it'll shit itself. Secondly, it'll run like the clappers because it knows that those pack of dogs will keep running and running and running, working as a team until they succeed. In fact, if the wild dogs had a motto, it would be, we always get a gazelle. I tell you what, this material is brilliant, isn't it? I mean, even Charles Darwin, the great Charles Darwin, would give me that one, wouldn't he? I'm also told that gazelle and lamb taste very, very similar, actually. And a hot pot now, where you use northern gits, so hot pots, you know. Our team, our wild dogs, consist of many outstanding, excellent performers. And we've had some extraordinary performances over the last 10 years. And I apologize, far too many to mention here this evening. Besides, the main event is waiting in the wings, and I haven't had a drink yet, have I? No, well, one or two. But there are, however, a particular group of people we must acknowledge, and they are our drivers. The drivers are represented, thank you. The drivers are represented here this evening by Andy, and there's Andy somewhere else down there, Dave at the back, Les over there, Kevin, Martin, Pete and Steve. I am extremely proud of our drivers,
Yes.
many of whom have committed themselves to Maritime for the long haul. We regularly acknowledge 5- and 10-year anniversaries among our driving workforce. Day after day, night after night, wherever they go on the UK roads, you will see the fantastic condition of our trucks, thanks to their professionalism and pride in the company. And the condition of the trucks help us to resell these vehicles at top prices when they come up. But not only that, in 2001, when we first acquired Maritime, the insurance level was approximately £120 per truck per week, or about £6,000 per truck per year. My previous company were paying half that. In my calculations to justify the acquisition of Maritime and bring the company back to profitability at the earliest opportunity at the stroke of a pen, I assumed we would achieve much lower levels of insurance. But exactly 1 week after the September 11th terrorist attacks in America, the insurance market turned risk-averse and hostile. And instead of receiving a huge reduction in premiums, as we expected, we instead received a letter of termination. The insurance company no longer wanted to carry the risk. Not the start we were looking for. However, over the last 10 years, thanks to the drivers and all those involved in the process of improving safety and driving standards, and you know who you are, we have succeeded in reducing premiums by around 60 to 70%. And at the same time, we've increased our fleet from 136 vehicles to over 700 at peak. Ladies and gentlemen, there is one toast this evening, and I'd like us all to be upstanding, and it's to our drivers. Our drivers. Thank you. There's more. I'm not finished yet. I want to take this opportunity also to mention the group of people who were closest to me. It's been the same bunch, more or less, unchanged from the very beginning, and that's a rarity in business and a greater rarity in our sector in transport. And please forgive me while I refer to my notes to remember the names. Alan, Andrew, Dave, Simon, Richard, Tim, and Derek, who I think is one of the bravest people that I know. But let me just say that I fully appreciate what an enormous pleasure and privilege it must be for you to work with me.
No.
Dave and Simon just can't wait to get in the mornings. Seriously, I know I press your buttons at times, but the way we pulled together to acquire and integrate DHL over the high-pressure months of Christmas and the worst winter weather conditions for 30 years was simply breathtaking. There were no dramas, no long drawn-out meetings. We knew what we had to do and we just got on with it. And you guys at the front end bore the brunt of it and you performed magnificently. But none of us would be here tonight and nothing would have been achieved without the support I received from some very special guests here, who made the acquisition of Maritime possible in 2001 and helped me achieve the lifelong ambition of owning my own transport company. On behalf of my family and the entire Maritime workforce, I'd like to thank Clemens Cheng, Chris Gray, David Gledhill, Richard Pearson, and Eric Ip, who has flown all the way from Hong Kong to be with us tonight, for their understanding and foresight of how transport companies flourish, and for allowing Maritime to become an independent, privately owned company. This created the platform on which so many of us could reach our potential. Unfortunately, Richard Pearson, who recently retired to New Zealand, can't be with us tonight, but we warmly welcome Kenny Chu from Hong Kong as well. I want to emphasize again my sincere thanks to you all. Ladies and gentlemen, I've never sunk the winning putt in the Ryder Cup. I've never scored the winning try for Wales against England, but many of my countrymen have.
Can dream.
Where are the fat lads? Where are they? But what I have done is to lead our company from its early tentative steps 10 years ago to a position where together we tower over the UK transport scene and our competitors cower before us. It's been an immense privilege, and I look forward to continuing to lead the company to reach even greater heights with you over the next decade to come and to build upon our successes. Just for the moment, however, the next 10 years can wait. It can wait until tomorrow. This evening is for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.